of October. It's Wednesday, would you believe? And the temperatures today, 30. 30 in the shade. There's a bit of wind, which you can probably hear on the mic. It did say it was going to be really sunny. Well, it's not really. It's a bit cloudy, but who can complain, eh? 30, but I think after today, it's going downhill. I did see next week, we're talking about temperatures probably about 23. So if you're out today, make the most of it, guys, because after today, and there's been threat, even though on my app, nothing about rain. Steve, you're top man for getting in first. Everybody else is top people. So 30. I can't believe it. It's just 30. But like I said, I think this is it. I think that switch is getting close to the flicky thing. So we'll be flicking over to the winter mode. But at the moment, it's still looking good. Tomorrow, it might shock us again. We might get another high temperature. But it does look like... I watched that... Not watch it. I read the Mercia News. And they were saying... we got heavy rain coming. Even though I cannot see it on my app yet. No doubt tomorrow it's all going to change. But today... 30 in the shade, eh? And also I checked the duck out because it was 21, and there's no way I'm going in the pool at 21, let alone 20. So today's chat, now I was gonna have a chat, John put up a thing, but I'm not gonna chat about it because yesterday I was talking about somebody called M. What is that? It's not that secret agent, is it? M. And he was asking about why our property on La Torre so cheap. I was thinking, really? So I had a check on La Torre yesterday. La Torre was about an hour from me. It's near the coast, near Alcatraz Way. It's a big golf resort. It's a lovely golf resort. But he's right. Today, I looked on a Spanish site that I go on to every now and again. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom property for €5,000. Haha, you're going to say. It's a bit of a catch there, isn't it? And yes, there is a catch there. You can buy it for €5,000. Oh, I can't even believe it. You can buy some apartments for $2.5 grand. It's not called a timeshare. This is what I find quite amusing. It's not a timeshare. They call it a shared ownership. To me, it's a timeshare, I think. They're just using a different name. I haven't got much more information on this, but it'd be interesting to know anybody out there who's got one of these. Because what I could read on the spill was you can buy a villa for 5,000, but you can have it for like 1 week or a couple of weeks of the year. That's your ownership. So you can go over there like a holiday home. To me, it's a timeshare, but they call it, like I said, shared ownership for about a week or two. But it'd be interesting to know if anybody, you guys out there, has got this, or if you've seen this, or interested. But it says it's not a timeshare. But it would be also, there's got to be extra costs. And this is why I'm putting this up there, really, because I'll be interested to know what other extra costs there are, or has anybody ever heard of this shared ownership? Which, you know, for a 2-bed, 1-bathroom property, obviously you got on the tour, you got community pools. It's a lovely place. It's got a lake. The lake's a bit dirty apparently, but I'm not saying anything more about that. But it is a lovely place. The hotel, I haven't been there 3 or 4 years, so I think it's the Hilton Hotel. When I went in there, it was luxurious. You go in and downstairs, like a spa area, very posh. I don't know if that's open. Like I said yesterday, I'm not doing the golf resorts anymore now. I was thinking about it, but I've sort of gone off that now. Unless you lot are interested in it. This is another reason why the guy that asked the question yesterday, called M, secret agent, I think, when he said about why is property so cheap, and I think what he's referring to is this, because this Spanish site that I went on to, and if people are going to ask me what it is, I don't know what it is offhand, but I know what what the site is. And I found another site, a Spanish site, obviously. I think this is the thing is, guys, when you're looking for property, don't all look for like the English ones, like Rightmove, Place in the Sun, I suppose, is another one, isn't it? Because they're all based for English people. If you want a good view of properties here in Spain, you need to check out the Spanish sites. And hopefully a couple of you guys might put up what the Spanish sites are. Now I've got, how many I got in at the moment? I've got 22 and I've got 9 likes. That's not much, is it? 9 likes, come on. Yeah, so, yeah, I found another site, and what it is, it shows you really rundown properties that obviously need a lot of work doing to it, because there's a big thing on YouTube, especially in Portugal, where people buy up an old farm and they buy its cheap as chips. Now, the cheapest properties I've seen, now I've been looking in the Murcia area around I live. Most of them seem to be up in the north of Murcia, and they were like for about 29,000 upwards. And we're talking not all apartments, we're talking houses, farmhouses. Obviously townhouses seems to be the most popular, and I'll be honest, the ones for 29,000, I think I saw one, I might be wrong, might be less. I did see a couple that needed a lot of work doing to it. Now, and obviously the other side of all this is, are they properly legal? Have they got debts in them? Because this is another reason we see a lot of empty properties here, is because the family's been handed it because maybe the mum and dad's pegged it, and they got to pay huge taxes on it. But also there could be debts on there, and they just let them to rot. And that's why you will find a lot of good bargains, especially the banks. The banks do sell a lot of cheap stuff, but what they don't tell you is that when you see I don't know, just say for instance you saw a nice 3-bedroom apartment looking over a nice lake and whatever else, say it's for 15 grand. What they don't tend to tell you straight away is when you start looking into it, getting your solicitor involved, which costs money, then you start to find out there's debts on it. So you've got to be so careful. I made quite a few videos on buying property where I mentioned that. You've got to be so careful, guys. But this, going back to what Em was asking yesterday about the Torre Golf Resort, yeah, I found it, 5,000 euros. It's a 2-bed, 1-bath property, but they call it shared ownership, but they said it's not a timeshare. Oh, come on, it's a timeshare. End of the day, you get a week or 2 weeks of the year, and also, no doubt, this is why I want to ask anybody that's got one of these, can you choose your week of the year, or do they pick maybe the weeks that are not so popular? Maybe the winter months, maybe sort of, or high season months, and also there must be overhead charges, like you must be still paying a community fee, you're probably still paying part of the NIBU or something like that. But it'd be interesting to find out if any of you lot out there have got one of these, a shared ownership deal. And now don't forget, this is just one place. If I really start searching, I think I could probably find a few more places around Spain that does this shared ownership thing. Because I have heard about this a couple of years ago, but I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, before I forget, Yibis. Yibis put a message up the other day, I think it's yesterday or the day before, saying, yay, thank you very much for the free sticker, but I ain't got your email yet, Yibis. Now, I was hoping to post it today, but until I get your name and your email, your home address, I can't post it to you. So Yibis, if you're watching or you're going to watch later, get hold of me. Like I said before, you can get hold of me if you go on to my About page on YouTube. There's an email there. But also, if you go onto my socials, a lot of people contact me through Instagram. A lot of people send me messages through that. Just send it on there. Obviously, it's keep it private. Yeah. So, today, 30 in the shade. That can't be bad, can it, eh? And the duck says it's 21 in the pool, so no way I'm earning that, Jose. So I've got 24 in the house. I think that's enough for me today. I will go back to the chats tomorrow, but I just wanted to, well, Em asked me about the other day about why is it so cheap on Torre Golf Resort. I found out why. They're selling property for €5,000. Knockout. Anyway, as always, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow. So I didn't see Keith yet. Is Keith out there? So I'm going to say adios amigos. I'll catch you tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're back to the cloudy stuff. He's there. No, it's not. That's Phil. Yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. I think the weather's changing. I could be even standing there with an umbrella. I don't know. I hope not, but you never know. He's there. So I'm off. Adios amigos.